Simple past.
Good. Simple past, and then what's the main clause? I visited. So that's possible. Again, with a when, it's probably a nice idea to draw yourself a little timeline. Okay? Let me ask a question. Would it also be okay, instead of saying simple past, could I just say, when I was in Chicago, I had already visited the museum?
No.
That sounds weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Does that sound weird to you? When I was in Chicago, I had already visited. See, you got to look at the action that's taking place, and it doesn't make sense. It's not logical. So you got to use a little logic and look at the verb and what's going on, but also make sure you don't break your rules. Okay? All right. Look at the last one. Ahmed, go ahead.
Okay, when I see him tomorrow, I will ask him.
Good. Notice, this is interesting.
Yeah.
What tense is the verb?
Simple present.
It's simple present, but there's a time phrase in there that throws it into the future. What's the word? Tomorrow. So this is interesting. You're seeing that you can use a when with a simple present with a time word to make it sound, it's simple present, but really it's about the future. Okay? And then in the main clause, you will put it in the future, because it's going to happen in the future. Because your adverb clause threw it into the future with the little time word tomorrow. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. Now, here's the other thing. Notice when. This is kind of like drawing a timeline, but hopefully maybe it will help some of you remember how to use the word. We use when, and it means at the time that something else happened, happens now, or will happen in the future. Okay? So think when means at the time that something, and it could be past, present, or future. Okay? Now let's take a look at while or as. Musa, will you read the first one?
While as I was walking home, it began to rain.
Good, so listen. While, this is obvious and you know this, but I'm going to say it just so someone doesn't make the mistake. The little slash mark means use one or the other. They mean the same thing. You can use while or you can use as. And in this situation, talking about time, they mean the same thing. And it means literally during the time. During that time that thing was happening. Okay? Something else, during that time, something else is, right now, or was, or will be happening. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. So in the first one, he says, while I was walking home. What tense is that?
Oh.
Yeah. She could have just left that up there, but... So, something's going on here in the past while I'm walking home. All right. It began to rain. What tense is that? Simple past. So, it's somewhere in here, right? I'm walking along. I don't know when exactly, but while I was walking during that time frame, it began to rain. So that's what this X is right here. Are you okay?
Yeah.
And they're both in the past. Okay. And then, go ahead, you're doing a great job. Read the next one.
While as I study, I listen to music.
Good. So what tense is the while there?
Simple present.
Yeah, man. This is a fact. Every time I study, right? I put my headphones on and I listen to music. So what are the two tenses there? Simple present? Simple present. Okay? Read the third one.
While I study tomorrow, I will listen to music.
Yeah. So, that's the same idea, but in the future. So the tense in the while as clause, simple present, but what's the word that throws it into the future? Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow in the adverb clause. But then, of course, whatever you're going to do after that is going to be in the future. And you've got to use a future tense. Now let me say this. You can say, I will listen to music, or you can say, what's another way to throw it into the future.
Going.
Yeah,
Going.
you can also say, I'm going to listen to music. You okay?
Yeah.